people, it's me again. So, anyways, um, it just feels kind of weird, like just about like 25 years ago was when I graduated from high school. You know, technically, even though I don't have my diploma with me because of, you know, having to go into adult transitions, and that's just something in and of itself of that sort. But I think I still have like my cap and gown somewhere, you know, and then of course the little tassel. And so like this, so the little tassel was just has my old high school colors. So it has teal, black, and white. It just has like the little 99 on there because I was like class of 99, you know. So, anyways, as I was kind of saying about this sort of thing here was, it just seemed like it was yesterday, when it came to like the last day of school, ever. And so it was like, it was on that Friday, and so they basically had, us doing like the first of the last semester finals, and then the other two was like on Monday and Tuesday. That's usually how they do like the finals for the seniors. So, anyways, as I was kind of saying about that, so I remember it was like the last class that I had was that math class, and then it was like at one point it was like for like the last 5 minutes, and so it was all of us were at the pit. And so if anybody that goes to my old high school, you know what I'm talking about, the pit. And so anyways, so they were like playing all these different songs. Of course, I graduated from like Third Eye Blind and another song of that sort, and then I remember where I was talking to my old best friend Todd at the time, and so where it said it's how it just feels kind of weird, like here it was like her whole school career experience was down to like those 2 minutes or all that, and and then opposed to like how it was on the other side of the whole thing when it was like the first 2 minutes, when we were in kindergarten, and when our parents would drop us off or whatever it is at our first day of school, first day of kindergarten. And so that's just like the thing there, but in a way, when it's like that, it's like we thought we would never get to that, never, and here I thought I would never graduate, here I thought I would never do that, and here it is. I passed the competency tests and all this, and here I actually graduated, where I got to walk and do all that sort of shit, So that was one of the things. And then after we were let out, and then I took like the bus home and all, and so then I had to get myself ready for the actual graduation ceremony, because that was going to happen like in about a couple hours later, because it was like half day, and so then we would go in, and then it's like, here I go in and put on the cap and gown and all that, and and so that was one of the things there, you know what I mean? And then of course, when they did the band was like playing, of course, Pomp and Circumstance, and they would play like the first ending over and over and over and over and over, instead of just like instead of like going to like back to the fifth measure or something that is, at least as far as that arrangement of pomp and circumstances that the concert band and the wind ensemble had to play at that point for graduation. Yeah. And then of course, they would have also had videos of us for like the morning howl, for that. And the morning howl was like basically was like this announcements that they would have on video at that point. And it was like broadcast through the Dynacom system. I don't even know if they still do the Dynacom system, but in a way, it kind of streamed, all the way around the school at that point. So that was one of the things there. And so, anyways, I forgot what I was going to mention here. So, I think one of the mishaps as far as graduation there was like I almost tripped on the little walkway as far as that goes. Yeah. So, that was there. And so, anyways, after that, then it was just we walked all the way to that park that I had talked about a couple of months ago. So, anyways, as I was kind of saying about that, so then we drove to Applebee's, and then probably wasn't really the only person that was having their celebratory dinner at Applebee's as far as that goes. And so that was like the thing there. And then of course the Applebee's that was near the house had the football jersey of my old high school and then the other high school. I mean, although I kind of consider the other high school as a rival, sort of, even though it's like closer by, but it's in a different district, because I remember one of the people had drew like a poster where it was depicting that other high school's football player like crying like a little baby and saying like "Fly away home, Hawks," because that's like their mascot. Like my old high school's mascot is Wolverines, so that was one of the things there. So, anyways, I'm trying to think here. So, I think after that, I was getting prepared to go to like the grad night, because then the grad night there had a Hollywood or Broadway theme to it. I think it was more like a Broadway theme to it, and so they had like the red carpet and your cheers and all that. It was just a bit ridiculous. Because I remember going in there and I was like, I kind of got a little bit perturbed by people were just cheering at me just on cue and acting like this, and it was just all fake. And like even some people would try to touch me or something like that. And then when Todd had showed up, he was saying the same thing, how he was perturbed by all of that. And so we had like our set amount of like the casino chips and all that. I mean, won a lot of the casino chips, early on, and then we lost lost a lot of it in the end. When we were playing the roulette games or craps and all of that. And I remember drawing like Pikachu on the guest book of that sort, And if I recall correctly, we went, and that was where Todd and I got separated because I think Todd went on like one of those little scavenger hunt kind of thing with this one girl, and they were doing some sort of game like that. And I was playing like human foosball, where they had like this inflatable structure there, and they had then they had where it has like a little bit of netting there to keep like the soccer ball from going too far, and then there's the bungee cord cables are like attached at a specific point, and so there's like this little Velcro belt with like a carabiner thingy that's attached onto it. So that's how you're supposed to play human foosball. You put it on, and so therefore your movement gets restricted. So I can move left and right as far as I can go, you know, whoever is like next to me on that side. But as far as moving forward or back, it's like I can go maybe like a few steps, like at least 4 or 5 steps forward until the core kind of restricts my movement at that point. And so the whole story was that I didn't really have time to react, and then what happened was the soccer ball hit me in the head, and it was like, "Scott, are you okay?" I think so. Yeah. And I think I remember at one point they did have like a palm reader there and a couple of other things. You know, and I think at the end they did had a hypnotist. You know. And then I remember I got like a beach ball and then this toiletry bag. I think we still use it to this day, this green hunter green toiletry bag, you know, as far as that goes. So that was like one of the things there. And as far as how it goes with my high school experience, I would say it was okay, you know. At least I got to be in the same school as everybody else instead of being bussed around, you know. But, you know, I think as far as that goes, it was like what I said earlier there was like, just feels kind of weird how like 5 years would go by and that quickly of that sort, you know, because, you know, like 5 years ago was 2019, and here it was like a year since Dad had passed away, and then 10 years ago, this was when I broke up with Ricky for the last time, you know, because I felt fed up with him not prioritizing me and all that. But it's not like I wanted to be the center of his fucking universe of that sort. And then I forgot what I was gonna say here. And then 2009 was kind of like, I think that was that was the other time when I was broken up with Ricky at that point. But I was just exploring my options at that point because of, you know, finally Dad had gotten off my back and about Ricky and all that, and I was waiting for the other shoe to drop, and plus, in a way, I kind of felt like I needed to have more experience with other guys at that point there. And then, you know, 20 years ago, that was when I hadn't been out for an entire year yet, you know, and that was just one of the things, and because I came out to myself around like, it was like the 3rd week of August at that point, and so that was one of the things there. Just doesn't seem like that, you know, how long I've been out, how long this sort of thing has been, you know, and all that. It's just weird. So, anyways, I've been ranting and railing for quite a bit. So anyways, talk to you guys later.